What's up, guys? We're here to finally finally finish my stereo in my truck. In this box, we have my amp. In this box, we have everything else we'll need to finish the installation of my speaker system, and then finally it'll be super nice and super clear. So let's check them out. Let's open the boxes. Okay, so first we got the amp, the 4-channel amp. It's 1200 watts max, but we're not obviously gonna blow my speakers, so these are just gonna be running my 4-door speakers. Comes with a little bass knob, but we don't need that because we're just running our speakers. So it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be super clear. I've always wanted to do my other, just like my other truck, except this time I'll actually show you how it's done and how it's fixed. I'm trying to decide if I want to do the Bose, like run the wire straight from the amp to the Bose wiring, which they say it's easier, but where I'm going to be doing this, I might just run new speakers to the whole thing, and I might make this separate video, but I might just to show you kind of what it looks like. But here's the Nyko deadening. It's like a foam. This box is super light. Like, I literally can pick this whole thing up super easy. I thought it was gonna be heavy, but it's actually the foam. So I'm gonna put this over my kill mat. So I might do another video on this install. It's gonna be a combination of this and that, but just to get more videos. That way it's easier for people to look up and whatnot. But definitely might do that. So yeah. And then we got some speaker wire. I got 100 feet of speaker wire, because if I'm going to do what I'm thinking of doing is running just a whole new wire through the whole system, I will need some speaker wire. So I'll put everything down below on how to get all the parts. And here is I see this everywhere, Facebook, Instagram, like everywhere, but this is the soldering butt connector basically. So you heat them up, and the solder in the middle melts the wires together, so then it's like super watertight, it's weatherproof and everything. So you kind of do that, heat it up, and it's a good connection. So I'm gonna have that, and it's gonna be good for this, and it's gonna be good for everything else I'm gonna need. And then also my 8-gauge amp wire that I'm gonna need for. So I'm just gonna rub and I could be wrong, I'm probably gonna get roasted for this, but all I'm gonna do is run my power and ground. Probably the ground's going to go to somewhere in the body, but the power is going to go straight to my capacitor. So everything else will be super simple. So I'm only going to actually use, and so I was trying to debate if I was going to use this. It's also nice to have some speaker wire, so because I have speaker wire here and here too. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. I don't know what I'm going to do, but if not, I guess I can return it, but it's always nice to have some. So we'll get that started. About to do our install on the amp and wiring. So we're going to take this all out, all the interior. Hardest part's going to be the rear thing, and I'm going to try to figure out how to take out this part and then that part separate. So I got a little bit of tools. It's a 15-11 millimeter socket, or you can use Torx. Internal Torx is with the correct bolt or correct socket you need. And you can get one at Harbor Freight like for $9 or something like that. I can't remember what I saw. It might have been 13. But we're gonna take that out, and I'm gonna unplug that finally, because I hate when my kids accidentally hit it with their knee and then changes the speakers and whatnot. And we're gonna go from there. So let's yank this all out. Okay, so we're in here now. I am taking these all off with a 6-point socket. It's an 11 and a 15 up front. So just be careful not to strip anything, because these are the bolts. You can go to Harbor Freight and buy these things. My last time, I didn't know which size they were, so I kind of was guessing and kind of rounded off, but we're still good as long as we can get those out, and I can vacuum all this crap up when the other ones are there. But we'll get the seat out, and it only takes me like maybe 5 minutes, if that, to get all these out with the drill. So super easy, not that bad. So we're back. I'm taking out the front seats right now. I should have showed you that. But also, I forgot that, I have my up 7 interior lights hooked up, so I'm gonna have to take those out in just a second. But I'm also gonna take out the stock sub so I can put all that wiring back there, and it might be a little easier because it's a little hole. I'll make and show you in a little bit. But right now I'm just taking these pieces out for this piece, so all I gotta do is kind of pop it out like that. Just kind of put it in there and pop it out. And she's dirty, I'm gonna give her a good clean out. But so then there'll be screws behind there, and you can pop that out, and then the front's done. Only reason I'm trying to get this done before I work on the back is because it'll be a little easier to take the seats out. And I kind of vacuumed a little bit. There was fries and garbage everywhere, so yeah, I might go, I don't know, maybe take it out and wash it, maybe. Probably not, but you know, let's get these out. Screws right there. You got one right there. It's a 10 millimeter. Get a little extension, and that kind of holds this together because everything, all the other bolts were just from the seats. So pull that out, and that will come out. So she's out. Here's everything. I kind of am documenting this for myself also, because then I'll remember. So there's the plug, and here is, I'm guessing, and I'm just guessing, but here's your speaker wire. So if you want to run it, you can run it to here, because that goes back up to the deck. It goes from the amp. So here's the amp where it is. Looks like you got some screws right there, but it's right here underneath. And kind of want to show it to you. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's underneath there. There's a bunch of screws. And so we're gonna get that out. And then also here's a sub, a stock sub, which was only four little screws that hold it in. Little tiny baby thing. And it's dusty and dirty, so yeah, it's not that bad to get out. So let's get the done, which is gonna be the back seat. It's gonna suck, but it'll be worth it. So we're out back here now. I took my box out, my sub box, unhooked everything, took the fuse out of the wires, unhooked from my cap. That's drained, so it's all safety wise, it's all good. We're not gonna get electrocuted. So now we're gonna try to take the seat out, which this is it. This is the big boy. So it's an 18 millimeter socket for the bolts, and then hopefully that's just a 10 millimeter that hooks that up. So wish me luck. Okay, so I'm doing more and more, taking it apart. But so there's these bolts right here that go in here. Those are 13 millimeters, and then I also got this one, which I got to take off another one back there, but it's an 18 millimeter. So far it seems like it's kind of coming apart, so I think I just got to get that one out now, and hopefully I can pull that part out, and then this part will come out too. Also, mini tip, buy a ratcheting 18-inch wrench, because I have a 17 and the only 18 I have is just a manual one, and this sucks trying to get this. And it's pretty decent size length, so, and it's not that hard, it's not super tight, so that's good. But it's gonna be a long night just getting this one bolt out. So definitely she's out. Well, so that's what we gotta do is, yeah, take those two bolts off, the two 10 millimeter bolts right here, and then the 13. So two 18s, 110, and a 13 millimeter bolt holds both of them together. So now I got one side out. I'm out of breath. I'm glad I started this on Friday night so I can finish the rest tomorrow, because I want to eat some dinner. But took my old amp out. I'm trying to decide if I want to drill self-tapping nails or screws or whatever into the back of the cab, because I noticed that it's sagging from the weight. So I might have to do something with that. Maybe might have to go to the store tomorrow and buy some either liquid nail or some small screws or something. But yeah, this is making me happy though. At least I'm gonna be able to get this out, so it looks pretty sweet. So I'm gonna see how I'm gonna get this out, because maybe I'll go through the front door because it's wider, opens a little wider. So wish me luck. Okay, we got her out. So I kind of just turned her sideways and came out the passenger side door, It's enough room. And I did it all by myself. I kind of just grabbed that and then the front of it and just kind of hopped it, because that's a heavy B word, man. That sucks. That's easy, obviously, but that part's heavy. So yeah, one person can do it. It's just gonna take a little bit more time, and yeah, other than that, I mean, you're good to go. So now I gotta clean up all this and start taking the carpet out. Might do it today, might do it tomorrow. It's supposed to snow tomorrow. It sucks. I kind of want to get it all done tonight, but it's not gonna hurt to get it done tomorrow. Day number 2, I kind of stopped where I got the seats out. Started pulling that off, and then it got late and started wanting to eat dinner and go to bed. Got an early start on this, and it's pouring. Sucks. Was a lot nicer last night, but so we're gonna get everything out. We're gonna get the carpet out, and maybe try to see what we can do to screw that board in, and after we do the deadening. Okay, so we're getting everything in. This is my other part of the video where I'm doing both. But right now I'm going to be running the speaker wire into the doors. So I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to kind of run these through. And that way we just have new wire going to everything. I make sure we got to put some tape on here or something saying like, hey, this is the left rear, left, right, front and stuff. So we're going to do that, run it through here. And we're also going to tape everything down so we know, because I didn't do last time was I kind of just threw them, tried to lay them straight, and they obviously got kind of pinched a little bit, looks like in some spots. So I'm gonna use some like duct tape and kind of wire them to the back so they're not like getting squished by the seats or whatnot. All right, we got the signal wire and the RCA cables running from here. I just kind of put them there just to hold them, and we're running them through the carpet. And so now I'm running through that, or all the wires up to my deck. I got everything coded, so like that says rear, that says fronts, so I know which one's which. And same thing on the back, I did front and rear. Front. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna start doing everything. This whole thing right here sucks. Like I can't get these off, so I'm gonna try to see if I can do the what's it called, do this through the Bose wiring. So but I don't know, I'll let you know. So I'm back again. I'm kind of finishing this stuff up, but everything's back in. Well, not this everything obviously, but so I got the speaker wire and all the signal wires, RCA cables and stuff. And so I got all 4 speaker wire cables. We're gonna wire them up to that. So which I've found is, as you can tell right there, you see those twisted wires. I'm figuring out those are the speaker wires or speaker connections. So everything else you can see right next to it, the orange and stuff, that's just like signal, power, whatever wires to the amp. And then the actual spiraled ones are the speaker wires. Because I was looking at something, and I'll post it here before or after, kind of show you what it looks like. But it says the dark blue and light blue are to the right rear. So I was like, okay, so I was like, yeah, I really don't want to mess with that. So I'm kind of walking down this, walking on the wire, and I do see, sorry, I kind of unplugged it just to show you. So I found out, see, there's a blue light wire right there. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I pull out the speaker just to be like, hey, making sure it's blue and white wire. It's yellow and brown. So I'm like, what the hell? So then I pulled this out, and right here, right where the blue and light wire goes is brown and yellow one. So I'm like, oh, so blue and light blue are correct. That's over there is blue and light blue right there, and that's part of the spiral. And so I'm like kind of putting 2 and 2 together, and so I'm gonna splice them into there, and that should work hopefully. And I was gonna try them out. I kind of wired up the amp just to see what it was, trying to truck on, and obviously I need to get a good ground. So when I was using the seat as the ground, so I'm gonna put the seat in and do everything. But I made sure I duct taped the wiring, kind of see where just so I can mount, so when I put the seat back, it doesn't get scrunched like I told you. So I'm hoping we could do that. Sorry, I'm sleepy now because it's taken me all day, and then I went to the store for a couple of hours. So yeah, hopefully get this done tomorrow. Was hoping to be done by today, but it's not. We're almost there though. I got everything back, and I had to put the seats back because I needed a good ground for my amps, which sucked. And so now everything's back there, everything's good. And so I hooked up the wire, twisted and tied them just for now, and I'm gonna put some the new soldering connectors I got. So here we go. So that speaker should play. Come on. It works. Turn down before it gets monetized. It works though. That's awesome. Yes, sweet. Let's hook up the other one. So we're good. I'm just this is just testing me. I'm just checking them to make sure that's the right wire for sure. But yeah, so far so good, and everything's hooked up, and except pretty much everything's hooked up. Just got a solder butt clamp, whatever, they can't remember what these called. But it's ready to go. I don't know why I've never bought these before. I've always wanted them just to try them out, and these are like amazing. So what they'll do is, I have no for the life, and I cannot say, but I know what they're called, but they're the solder seal connectors is what they call them officially. But yeah, they're super cool. Like, so there's solder in the middle of them, so it just gets a really nice, good, clean connection. So I kind of did it on the ones I'm not using anymore, so I just so they're not just wires just sticking out. So here is the things you need to look for. The ones that are curled up next to each other. So like these ones, this is the right rear. This is the right rear. This is, anyways, I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, these are the wires you're gonna look for. So that one, and then the tan brown or tan and gray color. Those are all your door speakers. And like I said, just kind of make sure you get some more connectors so they're not touching stuff, and it's just not a live wire. And then so we're gonna just after that, we're gonna kind of put them somewhere underneath the center console and put the seats back in, and we should be good. Out, so because I can shove some stuff in there like wiring. Oh, it's actually clean. It's like it's dusty everywhere, and then it's super clean in there. That means it had a good seal. There's all the wiring too, if you want to look at it. Rich bass woofer. Yeah, but yeah, there's I'm gonna take this out so I can shove wires and anything else I want in there. Anything. Okay, so we're back. I got everything done. Everything's back here. I'll show you here in a second. But here's my setup now. So I kind of did a little bit of cleaning up a little bit. It's not the best, but it works out. Everything's all hooked up. We're getting all the voltage I need, and it sounds amazing. Like, it's super clear. So there's all the wiring and everything like that. So I'll try to show if I can show you the sound, which you might not get it in the video. Okay, so we're back. Okay, so here's just a song. It's just a monetized song. If it gets demonetized, this way. But this is just the what is it called? This is just the tweeters and the speakers themselves. I have it set so that they're not getting any sort of deep bass. It's the mid bass. I set it so it's getting some mid bass, not too much, but more of just the highs, more mid and highs, which obviously that's what we're going for. And then my bass subs will be going through the subs. I can't talk today. It's, that's, I don't know, it's normal. But here's and it's loud. So that's just the mids and highs, but then my camera doesn't pick up bass really good, and so watch, when I turn it up, it'll get quieter for you guys because it can't handle the bass. So watch. Yeah, it is amazing. I can't believe I did this by myself. It's not that bad at all. So I can show you here. Pop that out. Oh, garbage. There's all the wiring. It's not the bestest, but those little heat shrink things, whatever, with the solder, they are like the best. Like, I need to clean everything else out. But yeah, they are amazing. So I definitely recommend. I'll put down the link to get them. But oh man, it's not that, it takes a long time. Definitely, if it's your first time, take a weekend and do it. Don't think it's going to be done in a few hours or a day, because it's, unless you're just like, don't take any breaks or whatever, and you have a buddy or something, it might take a day. But yeah, I can see why, you know, like stereo audio places charge, you know, at least, you know, $500 to $600 on this. It's, yeah, with the help and everything, you could probably do it. And if you're professional, you know what you're doing, it should not take that long, or probably a day. But if you're just doing this for fun, it is going to be it might be a day or two. And that's kind of what I stopped a couple times, so it probably would have taken me 2 days. Just doing it by myself, taking the seats out, getting all the wiring and everything. It's kind of a little bit of a hassle, but other than that, it's not terrible. Once I figured out the wiring, it's not bad at all. So I'll put down a link below on where to get everything. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you can do it yourself. It's not that bad.